You are looking live here at the Michigan International Speedway, just located outside of the Motor City and the home of the big three American auto manufacturers. This track will be the epitome of those who win on Sunday usually sell on Monday. Michigan International Speedway opened in 1969, where it held the very first race. Today, 18 degrees of banking in the corners, 12 degrees on the front stretch, and 2 degrees on the back stretch of banking. 5 degrees. The winner's purse today will be $148,000. And the seating capacity ever since this track was opened in 1969 is a little over 93,000. 136,000. 136,000 people will pack the stands this afternoon. And the track record was set in August of 2000 by Dale Earnhardt Jr. Coming to the green flag, you're going to be barreling down this front stretch, which could be the side of some crazy restarts later tonight. And you clip the apron, come off, kind of had a bad line there in turn one, kind of kissed the apron. Not by much, but we'll be good there. And arc the corner down into 3. We really had a bad lap there. We come off turn 4. See where this lap will put us. 28th on the grid. Youch. Looking better here, a lot more organized in terms of having a lap. Coming at turn 4 much faster here. This could be the lap. Ooh. Great improvement starting 28th. Now we're going to be starting today in 14th.
Michigan International Speedway in Brooklyn, Michigan, the site for another exciting NASCAR Winston Cup race coming up right here on MRN. Michigan is known for some great racing and some fantastic finishes. Barney, what are your thoughts on this track?
I look for speeds approaching 200 miles an hour and cars running 3 and 4 wide. That's a recipe for some exciting stuff.
Greg Biffle has not had much of a year so far on these speedway tracks.
And a good finish would go a long way in boosting that team's morale. I guarantee it would make it a whole lot easier to come to these racetracks.
The Nikon car will try to use this race to close in on the points lead.
Oh, yeah. And all these guys in the top 5 are fighting hard week in and week out to gain as many points as possible. It's harder to pick up spots once you're into the top 5.
In 1993, Bobby Labonte finished second to Jeff Gordon in the Rookie of the Year battle.
You know, that's a pretty good rookie class. At first, Gordon's accomplishments overshadowed Bobby's, but Labonte had been a solid contender for the title in each of the last few years.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
Well, let's see how they'll line up for the start.
Mark Martin, the NASCAR Winston Cup points leader, will be starting for the pole. In the second row are the 16 car and the DuPont Chevrolet. Starting the race for row 3 are the Avalon Ford and the 21 car. The fourth row has the Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet and the Bam Racing Dodge. Starting the race from row 5 will be the Tide Ford and the Target Dodge. In row 6, we have the Team Rusty Ford and the 29 car. Starting from row 7 will be the Valvoline Pontiac and the Nikon car. In the 8th row are the 26 car and the Cheerios Dodge. In the 9th row, we have the 98 car and the Lowe Chevrolet. In the 10th row are the Ganassi Racing Dodge and the UPS Ford. Starting the race for row 11 are the Alltel Ford and the Home Depot Pontiac. The 12th row has the Rubbermaid Ford and the 37 car. Starting the race from row 13 will be the 27 car and the Sirius Satellite Radio Dodge. In row 14, we have the Sprint Dodge and the 22 car. Starting from row 15 will be the M&M's Pontiac and the Kellogg Chevrolet. In the 16th row are the Dodge Dealers UAW Dodge and the Citgo Ford. In the 17th row are the Pennzoil Chevrolet and the Kodak Chevrolet. In the 18th row are the America Online Chevrolet and the Interstate Batteries Pontiac. Starting the race from row 19 are the DeWalt Power Tools Ford and the Dodge Dealers UAW Dodge. The 20th row has the Singular Wireless Chevrolet and the UAW Delphi Chevrolet. Starting the race from row 21 will be the Square D Chevrolet and the 63 car. And finally, starting from the rear of the field will be the 46 car.
So 2 miles under the lights tonight here at the Michigan International Speedway. Mark Martin, the Winston Cup points leader, will be starting from the pole tonight next to Dale Earnhardt Jr. Greg Biffle currently sitting in the 30th position towards the bottom of the points list. Remember, if we get a new winner tonight, that cut line for Kurt Busch moves further and further back. That ought to make things interesting for the playoffs when we get to the Daytona Tour, 3 different racetracks in the Daytona area. 50 laps tonight. Mark Martin brings him down. We are underway from Michigan. Orderly start. Nope. Craven he thought about making it 3 wide on Michael Waltrip. Tucks in line. Mark Martin is able to get the lead. Earnhardt Jr. tucks in. He's got Gordon to push him. But out front, Mark Martin looks to lead the first lap. So that's 5 bonus points for him. Dylan Murway going 3 wide. He's got Waltrip to his outside. Greg Biffle back with him. And here comes Dylan Murway. He's all the way into the top 5 within a span of 2 laps using the draft. Earnhardt Jr. is out front. Everybody within a 10-mile radius of this speedway has just stood up and cheered. Mark Martin falling behind the 24 of Gordon. Dylan Murray trying to look for a draft. And Gordon side by side with Junior off 2. Looks like Gordon will take the spot. He will. New leader here at Michigan. Top 4, Gordon, Junior, Martin, and Murway early on in this one. Murway ducks under Junior. Looks like he's going to get to Gordon. Can't quite hold the spot. Maybe. Dillon with the lead. Rudd gets up into Gordon. Little contact there. No yellow. No further incident anyway. Out front is Dylan Murway. He's going to do everything he can to keep Gordon behind him. Make him follow his tire tracks. As Dylan almost thought about breaking the draft. Thought about breaking the draft of the two, but they're so close to each other that it's easier said than done. Gordon coming in, tries to take the lead. He's got Mark Martin to push him. Junior trying to get some momentum to Dylan, push him to the front. It is still the Dylan Murway, Jeff Gordon show here at Michigan. As we got 4 cars and a blanket. Mark Martin comes back. Rusty Wallace is up there as well. Martin to the apron. And Gordon led that lap. Dylan with the lead. So we got 6 cars now. Ricky Rudd behind the 2 of Rusty Wallace. Murway chasing Martin all the way down low. Trying to keep him pinned behind. Martin to go high. Wallace to go low. Blocking every inch of this racetrack. Murway to the top. And then back to the bottom in turn 1. Here comes Rusty Wallace back. Wallace and Rudd on the inside. Neither of these drivers have won this season. A new winner here will really shake things up heading into the Watkins Glen doubleheader next Friday night. Murway trying to use Rusty to draft, and Rusty will lead that lap. Rusty Wallace in the 2. Murway gets into the 28 of Rudd. 3 wide for third. Murway has the lead. Oh, he gets the apron, gets into Rusty. Rusty at the track. And Junior gets hit and loses all. Gets into Rudd. And loses a lot of time. New leader here in the Motor City 400. Hard to believe that we're already seeing a little bit of tire wear out of the 121 car. See that on the left side of the screen, checking tire pressure. There's a little bit of red starting to creep in, meaning Dylan's running that car really hard. Trying to break the draft going into the corner on the front stretch. That way Junior didn't catch up to him. All the way to the bottom. Leaving the top wide open for Junior. Contact. Junior up the track. Gordon with a push from Stewart to the lead. Dylan holding the top lane. And I think you'll barely give that one to Dylan Murway. And I mean barely give that one to him. I think Dylan led by probably a fender that time. Here comes Jeff Gordon back. Oh, Gordon into the wall. Turn 2. Rusty Wallace is involved. Caution's out. They race back to the yellow. Tony Stewart takes the lead. Contact there. A lot of damage to that 24 car. Wow, Rusty Wallace shot dead left into the inside wall. Pace car is off. Green flag. Second time in a span of 3 races, Rusty Wallace will not finish the race. He may have had contact from somebody after that. So anyways, green flag back into the air. Stewart, Rudd, Johnson, Jr., and Martin, the top 5. Ricky Rudd looking on the inside of Stewart for the lead. Dylan's just chopping it. Oh, wall trip up the track. After that little attempt to break the draft, Kurt Busch closes up on the 121 car. Norway trying to get a draft off of Jarrett, maybe? Doesn't look too much like it. Kurt Busch is definitely all over him. Tell you that. Here comes Dylan Murway closing up to Jarrett's bumper. Really was able to more or less snake off that corner. You're on board with Dylan. You go down low. Rudd is your new leader here in the Motor City 400. Ricky Rudd, 28. Tony Stewart, 20. Still fighting for the lead. Here comes Dylan Murway going 3 wide with Junior. Johnson takes the spot. So you got Rudd, Stewart, Martin, Murway, and Johnson, the top 5. Still fighting for the race lead for position early on here at Michigan. Ricky Rudd has settled into the top spot. We did obtain some radio communication from Dylan Murway about the Jeff Gordon incident with Rusty Wallace. Let's hear what Dylan had to say. Man, please go to the crew chief of Jeff Gordon and tell him that was my fault. That was 100% my fault there. Trying to tuck in, and we just hung doors. Hopefully he's hopefully he understands. We just hung doors, dude. Yeah, it's just the way this racing's been tonight, I guess. Doesn't make it better, but you never know. Dylan Murway is just blocking that 6 car. Kevin Harvick came out of pit road. What was happening to him? I don't know if he was playing pit strategy or had a problem with the car. Really odd to see somebody pit this early. Murway closes onto the bumper of Stewart. Dylan looking to the inside, trying to get a draft. So, Rudd, Stewart, and Murway, the top 3. More cars begin to pit. Murway neck and neck with Rudd. For diving off into 3. Ricky Rudd down low. Here comes Stewart coming back. Still neck and neck. Contact. Harvick came back. He is a lap down. Not for position. Ricky Rudd is for position. Dylan Murway closes up on Stewart. And here comes Harvick, the lap down car, trying to give Dylan some momentum going into 3. Takes the spot. Here comes Harvick. He is in the playoffs due to that win at Bristol, but he came down pit road pretty early in this race. So Harvick will get his lap back. And if a yellow were to come out now, that would definitely be a benefit to him. Johnny Benson has made his way up to 2nd somehow after restarting the race in 9th. Yes, this Johnny Benson. And Benson is going to go around. Off the apron, looks like a single car spin. 2nd yellow of the night. We just talked about it. Dylan tried to tuck in line. Somehow, nobody hit the 10 car. Benson opting for pit strategy. Several other cars doing the same here under this yellow flag. Mirrors off. Looks like one car did stay out. Oh. Green flag. Well, everybody that was a lap down will be restarting out front. So the leader right now, from the looks of it, from what I can see, is the 29 of Harvick. He played his cards right, got his lap back when Dylan Murway got by him, and he's currently fighting for the lead with Junior. Johnson is all over the back of that 121 car, though. Here comes Dylan back on the inside. Gets Junior. Can he get to Harvick? Harvick's still pinching him on the bottom. Harvick gets held up, maybe. He's behind Atwood. Here comes Stewart, trying to push Dillon to the line. Dillon takes the lead. Breaks the draft going into turn 1. Moves Atwood up the track. Stewart for the lead. Jarrett's behind him. Tony Stewart would like to get a win tonight. Jarrett and Murway already do have wins. Oh, Stewart into the wall. He gets tipped in 3. Everything seems to be in order. Jarrett is still being held up behind Mayfield. Now Mayfield moves to the top side and then back to the bottom, trying to fight to get on the lead lap. Dillon takes the lead, takes advantage of Jarrett as a pick, and there goes Benson around. And a big crash. Junior upside down. And the yellow flag is out once again. Oh, Dale Jarrett was the other car that was taken out in that. Dale Jr. went for a wild ride. So, while we're here, how many cars are... Take a look at the race stat rundown up to this point. You see the top 10. Ryan Newman with a good run tonight. He needed that. Jeff Burton in 10th. So, Bobby Labonte in 12th, Waltrip 14th. So we look for the rest of the field. Greg Biffle holding on pretty nicely in 17th, actually. Frank Kimmel, 22nd. Andretti, 23rd. Gordon, obviously at that early spin, running in 24th. Petty, 26th. So Atwood and McMurray will lap down. So the cars that are out of the race, Dale Jarrett, Jeff Green, Johnny Benson, and the 11 of Rusty Wallace. So pace car is off. Dylan Murway and Kevin Harvick lead him down. Green flag back into the air at Michigan. 39 cars on the racetrack. Murway trying to hold Atwood behind. Oh, contact. Atwood almost takes a shot at Dylan. Harvick takes advantage off 2. Harvick up the track. Murway has the lead. Harvick with the lead. Going to the inside. Harvick, Johnson, Kenseth, a lot of momentum. Harvick comes back. Here comes Rudd. They're in third. Harvick on the outside. Johnson pushing him. Rudd on the inside. Rudd would love a win. Still up top. Harvick barely has the lead. 3 wide for the lead. Rudwith will take it. They bang. They touch. They get out of it. Johnson is second. Could he take the lead off 2? Contact with Stewart. Here comes Harvick in third. Johnson is leading. He's holding tight on Jimmy's door. Didn't really seem to slow him up. Almost very identical to what Dillon was trying to do with Gordon off the corner, but didn't really work out for him. Johnson up the track. Here comes Stewart. Marlin somehow came back out of all this. He is well glued behind the 40 of Stewart, or 20 of Stewart, I'm sorry. So 20, 40, 121, 17, 48, the top 5. Ryan Newman is now up front. So we got 7 cars with a shot to win this thing. Murway trying to use the draft off of Marlin. Marlin and Murway fighting for the win with 11 to go. 12 to go here at Michigan. Could be good here. Murway gets right to the back bumper. Could he get to Marlin? If he gets to him, what will he do? Murway goes way to the top side, trying to see what's out there on the top groove. Didn't work. Marlin's able to pull away. Caution is out. Looks like debris on the racetrack somewhere. So this could make for a good shootout here. 4th yellow of the night. Murway trying to stay behind Marlin, maybe save his stuff. No, he wants it. He wants that lead. Gets to the inside in 3. Will Murway take the lead at the yellow? Neck and neck at the line. Still within probably an inch and a half of each other. Marlin takes the... Oh! Dillon blows a tire at the caution flag. Huge developments just a few moments ago. Earnhardt Jr. loses a piece of metal. There's another car that cut a tire. Dillon has to pit. So big moment here at Michigan, late in this race. Dylan Murway cuts a right front, running over a piece of debris, just like how couldn't tell who was behind him, behind Junior who first cut a tire. So big developments late. So Dillon will restart tonight 36th with 35th. 8 laps to go. Robbie Gordon looked like was the only other car that cut a tire. Green flag is back in the air. So I got 36 cars on the lead lap. We'll see what Dylan can do to make up the time. Six to go at the line. Dylan Murway is just went from 35th to 26th by 2 laps, and he wants more. Meanwhile, up further back, Dylan Murway takes Terry Labonte 3 wide. Murway uses Shauna Robinson to get a push. 5 to go at Michigan. Junior with more, possibly could have more debris here. He will be a car to watch. If anything falls off him, who gets into Junior? It was Junior that lost the debris that last go-around. And Dylan wants to dispose him so he doesn't cut another tire. Gets by him and is running all the way down to the lead to get back into the top 10 with 3 laps to go. How about Jeff Gordon? Restarted 30th after an early accident on lap 17. He's about to make his way back into the top 10 with 4 to go. He's trying to follow Waltrip past the 29 of Harvick. At 4 Chevrolets, Harvick in 10th, Gordon in 8th, here. Three to go. Line, there will be 2 to go. Oh, turn 4. This could be the race right here. Looks like debris from another car has brought out the yellow again. Earnhardt Jr. and Steve Park. Earnhardt Jr. loses the back bumper of his car, and Steve Park runs over it. This looks to be the race. The end of the race, anyway. Sterling Marlin will earn his 2nd win of the year in this one.
Yeah, how about that? They were battling for that top spot as soon as the green flag dropped. What a great race.
The Nikon car ended up in the top 10 at the end of the race.
When you think that there are 42 other drivers in this NASCAR Winston Cup race and you manage a top 10, that's pretty impressive.
Unfortunately, we're out of time for now. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week at Watkins Glen.
How about this? Just amazing racing the entire night. The race ended under yellow with 3 to go. So Sterling Marlin wins tonight at Michigan, followed by Matt Kenseth second, Tony Stewart third, Jimmy Johnson fourth, Ricky Rudd fifth, Ryan Newman sixth, Bobby Lamonte seventh, Dylan Murray eighth, Jeff Gordon ninth, and Michael Waltrip ends up 10th. 5 cautions for 8 laps. Sterling Marlin earns $148,000 tonight with his win. 22 lead changes. Race took about a little over an hour. And the margin of victory, 0.688 thousandths of a second. Oh. Drivers that fell out of the race. Jeff Purvis, Casey Atwood having issues. Dale Jarrett, Jeff Green, Johnny Benson, and Rusty Wallace all fell out. Special shout out to Jeff Gordon, rebounding after a early incident with Rusty. What a rebound though for him, for real. Oh. Take a look at the points. Mark Martin could very well clinch a spot in the round 2 in the postseason here just by starting this race. Martin and Gordon can. So with this, Marlin and Kenseth both have 2 wins. The Chase top 5, if the playoffs started at Watkins Glen instead of Darlington, would be Murway, Gordon, Martin, Kenseth, Marlin, the top 5. So, Michigan, Martin won the pole. Dylan Murway led the most laps. Kenseth passed the most cars. Kevin Harvick had the best lap. Johnson is the best rookie. And Jeff Burton had the best pass. And so it begins. Rookie of the year got interesting. Jimmy Johnson, ever since that win at Kansas, has really started to zero in on Dylan Murway's lead, down to 84 points. So 11 drivers have won poles this season. Mark Martin leads them all with 5. The top 5 from the Coke 600 will be able to fight for the Jackpot 5, the last opportunity for the $1 million, with the win in the Pepsi 400. So Ford has a 5-point lead over Chevrolet in the Manufacturer Championship. Dodge hasn't even gotten 100 points yet because they've only got 3 wins total. And Dylan Murway is the lap champion, EA Sports lap champion. So 5 more races, 3 of them all. So 5 more races, all within 2 tracks. 2 races at Watkins Glen. The Watkins Glen doubleheader, the Thunder Road 220 Friday night, Sirius Satellite Radio at the Glen Saturday afternoon. Then the Daytona Tour, 3 races, 1 on the sand, 1 on the road course, and 1 under the lights. These 2 will be on the same day. Good night.